Right, nice.
Hello. I'm glad somehow after being live for it looks like 4 minutes now, that somehow we've maintained our audience of 3 people. I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, I know you guys all came out of nowhere. I see you. I see you're into it.
Yeah. This is AT Gonzalez. I'm here with Inverted. Let me get the.
Yeah. Okay, that works better. Yeah. There we go.
And we're gonna be playing Street Fighter 3 online edition on PS3 for the next about 2 hours, probably 2 hours and 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
How are our sound levels?
Yeah. Just tell us if anything sounds really off, and we'll try to fix it.
I see a little bit of peaking in the waveforms.
We'll probably also need to crank the game audio down a little bit if there's an echo.
Yeah, let me tell some people.
Hey.
All right, and just a reminder, guys, we're not quote unquote pro gamers. We're just doing this for fun.
I'm trying to get good at this game, but like I'm in my infancy of my third strike experience.
He might be technically better than me because we were practicing a bit earlier, and he was being really on point with his going from defense to offense and offense to defense.
Yeah, I'm still relatively new to like traditional fighting games. I play a lot of Smash, but that's kind of where I started. As far as like anything new, I'm still kind of learning.
This is taking a while to load.
So are we both audible?
Say that one more time.
Are we both audible?
That's what it kind of looks like to me. We'll dive into it.
Okay, sweet. If anybody has any objections, they can voice them in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. All right, and for the record, Inverted is player 1 and I am player 2.
Despite the very confusing controller 2 on player 1 and vice versa.
Yeah.
Let's ignore that. Let me start off with some Q. I think it's medium punch. This is good skin. Yeah. We'll go for the beat in my head stage.
I actually did the second Impact music.
Oh, this has. Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't know that was an option. That's kind of cool.
Well, it is in this version.
I was going for the red Q, but I got the like Curious George man in the yellow hat one. That's not what I was going for. Whatever, it happens. Oh damn, one of those is an overhead. Oh, that was the grab. Oh. Got greedy with the taunts.
Do you want to do a rematch?
Sure. I would not mind.
Hey, to the people who are there, how are our sound levels?
Yeah, if we sound like off, we can try to do something about it.
Why is this taking so long to load? I want to just let it cycle for the 13 seconds. I'm trying to send it out to some friends directly, but it's just taking a while to load.
I got you.
There we go. Okay, oopsie player.
I think it's this one I'm looking for.
Okay, looks like I picked the stage.
Right.
Last Boy says that we sound good. That's good. That's good to hear. Can you hear inverted? Okay.
Yeah, because I could very well be fading into the background. I don't really look precisely at the mic whenever I'm talking, so it may cause some problems.
And I naturally talk a little bit louder.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, it's kind of like the opposite of my personality, really.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people say that I come off as kind of bashful. Well, they don't use that exact word, but that's what they're implying. Like between me and Sam, which hi Sam if you're watching. I hope Sam is somehow watching.
Yeah, I texted him.
Oh, cool. Between me and Sam, like, I would say Sam is much more outgoing than me.
I would agree.
I think we're both kind of shy, still, but between the two of us, he's more outgoing, but I'm louder. That's the weird irony of it.
Oh God. Okay, I got bodied. Okay. Your Elena's really good. You cross up really well.
Thanks. I'm not sure what the strategy with her is, quote unquote, supposed to be. I've always seen it as just kind of like a footsie mind game. So that's what I play.
From what I've seen, she's pretty, like, uncommon, so...
Yeah.
So whatever works, I guess. She doesn't really have much of, like, a defined metagame or anything.
I guess that kind of works best for me. One time when I was playing Ultra Street Fighter 4 on Steam, I spent a lot of time talking to some guy who was really trying to critique the way I play fighting games. Mm-hmm. And he was analyzing just me in several games. And he had said that what you do is that you play like a pokey footsie mind game. Crap. He said, but your problem is that you tend to not really go for complex combos, or if you do, you drop them. So he told me that I need to work on my combos.
That's understandable. Execution is probably the hardest part to get into.
Yeah.
Neutral is a little bit easier to manage. Which is funny because it's the opposite of like in like Smash, where the execution is like the actual really easy part. Need to run with the hits on that move are for sure.
Oh.
Oof. Yeah, those taunts, they really buff Q up. He hits like a tank and
what?
Doesn't take hits like a tank.
I'm not sure how to respond to that. Blast Boy says, hey, did you know they're making Luigi's Mansion 3? It was in the Nintendo Direct. No, Blast Boy, I did not see the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, I caught that though. It's that's what they opened with, which is interesting.
I've been informed that they revealed new Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
To coincide with that, the mayor dog from
yeah,
Animal Crossing,
the dog mayor in a sweater
is now a playable character in Smash, which is neat.
She looks almost like a villager, but she's not quite an Echo Fighter. She has like weird variations of his moves. It's interesting. Ooh, we going Q dittos. I see you. Does Q have a stage? I feel like
I don't believe he does.
That makes sense.
Do you have an idea what to pick quickly?
Okay, we'll just go Mexico.
Mexico, where's Mexico?
Oh, we were just over it a second ago.
I think it's on a timer, that's why I said pick quickly.
Okay, gotcha.
No, Q does in fact not have a stage. I believe that if you pick a stage for him, it'll default to Dudley's stage.
I mean, that makes sense. He looks like he's wearing like more European fashion. if you could call this fashion and not just what some like cartoon detective would be wearing.
Well, I think that's just a default thing because Q is inherently supposed to be mysterious.
Yeah.
It's really all there is to him.
Besides have you seen G from from Street Fighter V yet?
I don't really know much about Street Fighter V, so I've not seen G.
Admittedly, neither have I, but he's like Abraham Lincoln if he was like one of those weird street preachers. It's bizarre. It's such an interesting concept. Oh, dang. Oh, that's the super that you self-destruct on people. I need to learn how that one works. I usually just go for like one of the more basic ones.
It's a bit tricky. Oh, man. Oh. He's having fun with his parries.
Those were admittedly very coincidental, but they did work, so I'll take those.
They'll take it, yeah.
Loading. Oh, wow. Very solid Q. Actually, we were supposed to do exit if we wanted to both switch characters. I still need to get used to like the flow of doing that if we need to not do rematches.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm just hallucinating this, but hello, Sam. We were just talking about you a few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
We only said good things. Don't worry.
Yeah, we weren't talking trash.
We saved the bad things for Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. Twitch.
I'm kidding. I actually am having a hard time logging to my Twitch account. Anyway, Sam, I'm assuming that's a kissy face emoticon.
That sounds about right. It all adds up.
That sounds like something Sam would do.
100%.
What was I even trying to say? Something about Q? I don't know if I'm imagining this, but I don't seem to remember it being loser goes ahead in earlier builds of this game. You picked it.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Sam says no. I guess not a kissy face. Then what is the emoticon?
The emoticon. I like that.
Emoji, whatever word you kids use. I guess it's outdated that I say emoticon now. He's sporting the very stylish light pink gi. I was gonna say kimono, but it's not.
Yeah, not quite. I remember thinking Dudley was like a charge character for the longest time. That's one of my weird things, even though I know he's like completely motions now.
That's Balrog, wrong boxer.
Oh yeah, you're right. Whiffed.
The thing is, they're both offensive characters, but they both have different strategies. Balrog, I would say, is like a weird balance between defense and offense, but you have to be offensive. And Dudley has to be in opponent's faces in order to thrive. And understanding Dudley on a more advanced level. Crap. On a more advanced level, Dudley has a lot of target combos, meaning that some of his normals cancel into other normals to become different attacks.
He has like that little 1, 2, 3 sequence I see people using.
You might have seen me use it a few times. It definitely requires a little bit of practicing to do. I would say on the flip side, if I'm caught in block stun, that's really bad because just from my perception, he seems to generally have a lot of active frames.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the trade-off.
He does a lot of like weaving in and out, at least with his like short string blow.
That's game.
Yeah, I really like that super. It allows me to like close the gap. Really
Grant says gutter trash. That's that.
That
sounds those sound like fighting words, man.
You gotta say it with like the super big crush like audio. It's gotta be like gutter trash, but it's like he's saying it through like a
gutter trash.
like he's saying it underwater. It's gotta sound like that.
Well, in because they recast Street Fighter 3 for the different versions, and in the first version, he sounds a lot more gruff.
Mm-hmm.
Here he sound in this version, he has a different voice actor, and he sounds a little bit more. I guess posh would probably be the best word.
Trash.
It's like gutter trash, but in the first version, it's like gutter trash.
Mm-hmm. Which totally fits the way this man looks.
I'd say I'll do 12 the Mosque and 12 stage.
Yeah, I saw some of the older, or heard rather, some of the older voices, and some of them just do not fit the characters at all. Alex has like this weird like Michael Jackson sounding line whenever he grabs somebody. He's like I forgot what the exact line was, but he says it real creepy. It's like for one of his command grabs.
I'm not sure why they did that. I'm not sure where the first version of this game was recorded, but Third Strike, the English voices were all done in Canada.
Huh.
And,
which is funny because they haven't had a Canadian in this game until a Street Fighter V character who everybody hates.
Let's see. The narrator for Third Strike is a Canadian rapper, black Canadian rapper. I believe he's based in Toronto, and he goes by the name Infinite.
Infinite, huh?
And,
does he still do things, or did he get, like, arrested, like the guy who does the Knuckles rap?
I have no comment for either of those questions. They sound very loaded.
Okay, fair point. I just find video game rappers tend to get up into some bad stuff.
I wasted my meter. I would like Sam to be in a video game, and I would like him to not get in any bad stuff.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't think he'll do whatever the Knuckles rapper did.
Grant Kelly wants to know, is it Jing who said hip hop music? It's like there's some sort of Street Fighters. Grant, my friend Paul Marcel, in a forum, some people were criticizing the music in Third Strike.
I think this is the perfect direction for the series. If they're gonna be like beating each other on the streets, it's like so good for it.
Some people were criticizing it and said that they didn't like the rap direction. And my friend Paul said, "Well, it's Street Fighter 3."
Like, yeah. Well, I mean, it's probably after Alpha, because Alpha had like a super like anime aesthetic to it, and this one got like all gritty and urban.
Yeah, I think it works for the title and the series. Grant Kelly says Drake narrated Street Fighter. I don't think that happened, Grant.
Yeah, the Canadian rapper out of Toronto. You knew who we were talking about. We just couldn't say his name because we would get copyright claimed or something.
No, his name is Infinite.
Infinite, right?
Or, if we're talking about the guy from Sonic Adventure 2, I forget who. Actually, I think I remember. I think his name is Hooney P. I think is his name.
Huh. That's a very interesting name, I must say.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was an American expatriate in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, kind of similar to Eric Kelso, who does voices in the Tekken games. He plays Paul Phoenix in the Tekken games. Also does also in Gradius 5, which I've streamed in the past. Out of the corner of my eye, I shit. Damn it.
At the corner of my eye, I shit. Oh god. Okay, I was scared for a second there. If that landed, I would have died.
Sam says, "I love the tracks. Cut the crap." We're not dissing the tracks in Street Fighter 3.
No, we like them. We're just like I do not mind them at all. I said it was like the perfect direction for the series.
Grant asks, we're talking about other people. We like the music in Street Fighter. Well, I like it. I don't know about Invert. He said he likes it. Okay.
Yeah, I think Third Strike music is excellent. I like it a lot.
I think I'm leaning towards a rematch.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just pick Makoto again.
Grant asks, what did the Knuckles rapper do? Flex his muscles?
He was a little bit too tougher than leather even. I don't know what he did. I forgot what it was, but it was like something like violent. Like,
I don't know any. I actually wanted a rematch, but
okay.
I exited by mistake.
If somebody with like the top-notch Google skills can tell us what the Knuckles rapper did, I would be very appreciative because I'd like to know. I remember it being something kind of amusing for somebody of his state, stature.
I think we did Rusher, unless you want to do another stage.
I'm not too picky. I think all the stages in this game are good, and they all have solid music too. Akuma's is probably my favorite, but that's just me showing character bias and liking Killing Moon as a track a lot.
This track here, I picked a lot of the ones from Second Impact.
Oh, do you get to pick stage by stage? That's a cool feature.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, damn.
Nah, worth it.
Tried to carry Kusi after that. That was bad. Oof.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
The most disrespectful
Whoa.
meter burn I've seen in my life.
I shouldn't be saying this. I was trying to do EX Jet Upper. I wasn't trying to do that. Wow.
The super after the match is over. That's great.
That's what I call a juggle. That was funny. Anyway, to anybody who's been paying attention to the streams here or Mr. Top 10 List channel, I am back in Texas. I am not in New York anymore.
Oh, God.
No.
Oh, no. Damn, I keep on trying to do my super. Oof. I need to get better at my double quarter circles.
Let's see. Sam says I was rapping. Go back, reread it. I love the tracks. Cut the crap. Okay, I got it now.
Okay.
Grant says I'm hard as Knuckles. Ain't too hard to Knuckles. I beat them whether they Knuckles or Knuckles.
Oh, is that like one of the Siva Gunner riffs? There's some good
Yes,
ones.
that's-
There's some
that's
really
fine.
good ones.
I guess we'll do a tiebreaker.
Oh yeah, may as well. I don't know what our match tally is, but I guess you could call it a tiebreaker.
Sam is going no. Sam, elaborate. Okay, I'm paying attention to three things at once now.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, that dang.
No. Sam said no. I made 2 lines. Repost them.
Okay.
And yeah, guys. Once again, please let us know if you can hear us. Okay. Oh damn.
Damn, that messed up my bar. I confirm. That Rose goes so far. Oh my god. That was a good EX.
Oh.
I didn't get all the hits on that.
Nah, that's it.
Oof. Yeah, Makoto is more fun than I recall her being. She didn't click with me whenever I was messing with her in training mode, but like actually playing her in matches, she feels really fun.
I used to really not like her. I kind of I don't like the fact that she goes for the groin. I think that's a little dirty. But
wait, what do you mean? With what move? Like,
her if you could do player one.
okay, got you.
Her I think it's called Senchuzan Gozu something or other. Her
Is that
super
is it?
move.
Oh, it's a super move. Okay.
It's she doesn't she punches them in the groin.
Oh, is it the
Straight
is
up.
it her super one, or she like opens with that attack? I think I know
Yeah.
the one you're talking about. Let's see.
I thought she was kind of bratty, but I guess that's kind of the point. So
Yeah,
whatever.
she's like really young, like is
Yeah.
everything I guess. But,
I have respect for people who are good with her because she has. I like characters with good foot speed, and her foot speed. The trade off is that her moves are fast, but her foot speed is poor.
well, her dash is really good, but then her walk is just awful.
Yeah, but that's the idea.
So yeah, she just is all about like bursting in.
That's the idea. Well, I'll do Gil stage because it's creepy.
Oh yeah. Nice
Grant-
Illuminati.
Grant says, "What's it with rappers and children's games being crappy people like Parappa and Knuckles?" What did
What did
Parappa do?
Parappa- Oh my god, I was right. I told you. You thought I was such a bad person for assuming that of the rapper in this game, but it happens in other cases. Oh, you've had to press start, I think, still. Unless you're reading chat.
I'm reading comments.
Okay.
Red Warrior, hello, Red Warrior. Red Warrior says, "Yo, let's go."
Yeah,
I concur. And Grant says that he thinks the Russian buildings in 12 and Necro Stage look like game board pieces.
I mean, yeah,
I agree.
that's just kind of how mosques look in general, so it makes sense. That was an Akuma confirm. I don't know why I did that.
I felt that. That's my gut, but. And if you're new here, Inverted is Ryu, and I am Alex.
Yep. And I'll be on player 1 side most of
Yeah.
the time, and he'll be on player 2 side,
Unless something silly happens.
which is very likely to happen, honestly. So, silly things tend to happen whenever we stream together, so it's fine.
But we have fun, and hopefully you guys have fun, so
Yep.
that's all that matters. Oh,
Oh, damn, that would have worked if I was Akuma. Why did I pick Super 2? Forgot I had Shinjoryu. I thought I just had the basic one. Oh, bad fireball. Oof. Dang.
Grant said that Parappa's actor stole $200 from a fan. What?
That's minor. Man.
What? Are you sure he didn't? It wasn't like $200 for like a picture or something. What's going on here?
See, I think the Knuckles rapper actually did something. He assaulted somebody, if I recall correctly.
Oh my god.
Okay, sorry, that might be libel, but he did something like that, if I recall correctly. Oh god, it's done. Ooh, good confirm. Ooh, that was dirty. Nice.
That's horrible. I mean, I thought my finish was cool, but that's hard. Why would he do something so bad?
I really don't know.
That
they get all cocky because they make it in the big world of video game rapping and just think they can do anything. They're above us all.
we'll do it rematch.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I thought that might have been an overcommitment for a second there, but barely dodged the punish.
Sam is saying I gotta come in with heavy kicks. Good thinking.
Yeah, Alex's roundhouse is sick. It's probably one of his best air normals. Like easy.
Ah. Okay. Let's see.
I think we can best 2 out of 3 that one for sure.
Grant said, isn't the next one, would the next one be a tiebreaker?
Yeah, it would be.
Okay. Grant says, I always thought the Paladin Alex made him look like one of those Gyaru chicks. I have no idea what that means.
I know it's like the Japanese trope where they're like really tan and have blonde hair.
Oh, okay. I know what that is now. Okay.
I got you covered on weeb stuff if anybody brings it up.
I'm familiar. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. I'm familiar with the trend. I just didn't know the name of it. I thought it was called Rogala or something like that.
Rogala. That almost sounds right. I think I know.
And the reason why I say that is because that's Jinx the Pokemon's Japanese name.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
So, but
she's based on like a mythical creature, isn't she?
She's based on that trend.
Oh, okay.
That's where she comes from.
Gotcha.
Too obvious. No. Oh.
Wow, I keep on going for these like Akuma Air Tatsus. That's like not what Ryu is supposed to be doing at all, but it works somehow.
Grant says, Rogala, I choose you. Not today. We're not playing Pokemon today. After it took me like 4 months to do my run of gold.
Yeah, I remember you were on that one for a while.
Well, that was just mostly due to just scheduling and stuff.
Understandable.
Yeah. I would really like to get back to Game Boy Advance. I'm having trouble finding my Game Boy player, which is obnoxious because I was trying to record footage with it recently.
Oh, dang.
Grant
Eddie's loser. Sorry.
That's so mean. Grant says, you is my favorite pasta dish. Grant, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, like, I think I get it. It sounds like a pasta dish, the term you're using for Jinx. Oh, dang.
Oh, man.
I wasn't sure if you could chip out in this game. I feel like you can.
Juan Gomez. Hello, Juan. I'm glad to see you here. You're from Mr. Top 10 List Streams. Juan Gomez asks, what's your opinion on Isabella being in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? I'll let Inverted talk, who was not in Mr. Top 10 List Stream. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think she reminds me a lot of a Villager for obvious reasons. She has like similar items and stuff, but we only know so much about her moveset, so I don't really know what to say. She's clearly not an Echo Fighter, but she should be interesting.
And I did not see the footage, so I can only say that's cool for the Animal Crossing fans, who are more invested than me.
I'm like a halfway Animal Crossing. I still appreciate it, and I'll probably get the new one whenever I pick up a Switch eventually.
Yeah, I've never owned any of them. I rented the first one on GameCube, which that kind of defeats the point.
Yeah, if you don't really rent those games.
All right, but good to see you. Good to see you, Juan. Glad that you found us worth your while. Now, if you've never played this game before, by the way, if you're just joining us, Inverted is Oro, and I am playing as Remy. If you never played this game before, Remy is kind of like a more mobile Guile. Unfortunately, he's not as cool as Guile. Few characters can hope to be as. He's like a weird emo hipster rocker
person.
Euro trash, I guess.
Euro trash.
I don't know if that term is not apt anymore, but he's fun. I don't think anybody in this game is outrageously terrible.
The only one I can think of is like 12, and even then, that's not like until you get to a high level where he starts being bad.
Yeah, 12 at least has some really cool moves and animations. So just
Oh damn!
that was
That was way too obvious.
that was me spamming throws. Okay.
Okay.
Juan Gomez says, "What I think of Disney princess fighting games. If you get a
thing,
I think he just means in general. I'll let Inverted talk about it.
If that's a thing, that could be cool. I don't know who I would main. That's the weirdest part. God.
As long as it has a good developer behind it, I'd be for it.
Yeah, I would take like an Arxes Disney fighter. That would be funny.
That'd be cool.
I mean, they've done wackier things with Disney IPs, like Kingdom Hearts, for instance.
Well, one of my friends who comments on these videos as by Felicia memes, she's not really into fighting games. She could never get into them, but she likes the art. She likes watching them. She just isn't really into actually playing them. She suggested that there be a Disney versus Capcom,
Disney versus Capcom. That's amazing.
Like General Disney. And her character ideas that I remember off the top of my head, she wanted Mickey, Goofy, Scrooge McDuck, Wendy from Gravity Falls. No, I'm serious.
As like an axe fighter, that'd be tight.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I would probably play her.
Star from Star versus the Force of Evil, Kim Possible. Those are ideas she suggested. Those are ideas she suggested.
No, those aren't bad ideas. I just find it really like comical. Yeah. Just picture them in like a fighting game.
No, those are all really cool ideas. I hope somebody steals her ideas and they make it into a game.
Yeah.
And they're
hopefully pays her, but you know.
Grant says that he wants Gaston from Beauty and the Beast to meet at Smash Brothers. Grant, that sounds really unlikely.
No one fights like Gaston.
Yeah, that seems to be a joke.
There could be a lot of memes there. I can see it already.
By the way, Inverted is really good with Oro.
I'm not showing it off too well. I got bodied the first match we played.
Earlier, when we were doing our warm-up games, guys, he did a perfect on me, and I wasn't, I was giving 100% concentration. He's just very good with his combos and was playing extremely deliberately. Oh.
I'm trying to get that stand medium punch.
Grant says Papa Smurf got buff.
Swole Papa Smurf.
So.
I just like the blue skin on this character because all the other ones make him look like a zombie, which admittedly he basically is, like one step away from being one.
I mean, I don't remember his age, but I remember
it's
some
like
material.
120 or something stupid.
Okay, I was gonna say I know that he's over the age of 100, which is impressive.
That much is definitely true.
That is impressive, to say the least. Yeah, Oro's default skin makes him look like a leper.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. Oh my god, the EX. That's the move I keep on trying to land because it leads into like all of my good combos, but it's really hard to land in neutral against this character because it's just fireballs.
Oh wow, red.
Oh my god, I did not know I had that in me.
he's really on point.
I don't know about all that. So like luck, but still, red parries are nice.
Nah. Too
Okay.
obvious. On my end.
I probably could have double jumped to make that safer, but I was confident that would hit, so it's fortunate.
We got some comments here. Juan Gomez says, I want to watch Terror Disney fighting game. I know by Capcom first character will be Sophia the First, Star Butterfly, and you could have Mulan. Okay.
I'm lost as to who Sophia the First is. but-
Sophia the First is a show on Disney Junior.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Did you want? Okay, we'll do one last round with this matchup.
I think we're on a tiebreaker anyway. So
I think this was surprisingly tight, considering that I think this is the first time I played as Remy in years. But considering that I don't know if I want to say he's an outright clone of Guile, but
he has like the low-high fireball mix-up, which is interesting. He has that going for him.
similar strategy. And
He makes you rely either a lot on parrying or a lot on blocking, and both are quite hard for his like patterns.
I've always felt that Remy is just he's a very forgettable Street Fighter character. I don't think he's ever been brought back.
I don't think he ever will be brought back.
I don't think he ever will be. Because one of the funny things about Remy, if you read his bio, the reason why he's fighting is because he wants to defeat all the other Street Fighters because he hates Street Fighting.
What a reason.
So it's
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
So I mean, he really is like a.
He became a street. What?
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
It kind of reminds me of on a somewhat meta level of people who play the games but they say they don't like the games. There are some people like. Have you ever heard of people like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've listened to people like that. in most every game I've played, there have been people like that.
Yeah, I remember when I would say during Vanilla Marble 3, I remember this one fighting gamer who was complaining about how he was really good at the game, and he said that he was only playing it because there's no other fighting games to play, and it sounds like he just has a compulsion to
Sounds like he
play
has
fighting
Stockholm
games.
syndrome.
That sounds like another word for it. Yeah. So,
Oh damn. Okay, I got rocked that time. I was playing a lot less like calculated.
Grant says Green Jacket Sophia the First is the best Sophia the First.
Oh, okay. Would that be one of her skins, presumably? That's what my guess is.
I take it Grant's been watching more Disney Junior than I had assumed.
Well then, does that mean we get like Bear in the big blue house? That'd be kind of tight.
That'd be cool. You know, I know some people who
He'd have goofy dance animations, and that's like how he would fight. He'd be like Elena.
I know some people who were in their 30s who like that show. Like one of my friends.
I had fond memories of it as a kid. I know that much. It was like super calming. It was like the most chill show.
You get to pick the stage.
Oh, okay.
One of my friends who, she's a little bit older than me, I'm not going to say her name on stream. She's in her early 30s, and she has a bunch of episodes taped and watches it with her daughter. And she says it's a huge hit with her daughter.
Understandable.
So that's cool.
It's like chill.
Grant says he was making a Lupin joke, because in the first Lupin series, Lupin wears a green jacket. I'm playing as Green Ibuki.
Wearing a green jacket. If you could call that a jacket.
She's not wearing a jacket, and Yuri isn't even wearing any clothes.
Yeah, this is a fairly nudist match.
So, of course, his brother is Gil, who... Gil truly is a nudist. Yeah, I remember Ibuki's voice being very different in the earlier versions of Street Fighter 3. Oh, no.
Why did I do the air one?
No, that was awful. Grant says Bear in the Big Blue House was dope. Yeah, a lot of people like that show.
It's one of those shows that's like impossible to hate. I don't think there's a single person out there who like avidly dislikes Bear in the Big Blue House.
It's like Breaking Bad, but for kids shows.
Yeah, because like with things like the Nick Jr. shows, like there will be like kids who like grew up with like younger siblings who had to like watch it in the morning and they would like hate it. I don't think there's anybody who thinks that way about Bear in the Big Blue House.
Well, I recently, if we're talking about kid shows, I recently learned that there was a show on here called Team Umizoomi.
Oh,
And I'm entirely...
is that the one with math? I feel like that's the one with math.
I don't know, but I'm intrigued by that show simply by the name, and I want to remind it.
I remember like back there was like a time where they split up the channels and they made like one specifically for like junior shows or something. I remember just flipping through the channels and seeing something called Ubi, and it was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. It was like hands with like little googly eyes on them. It was like the most low budget thing I've ever like gazed eyes upon, and it was just like the most creepy, like soft-spoken people like making like puppets with their hands, little googly eyes on them. It was so uncomfortable.
That sounds incredibly disturbing.
It is. It's like something you would like see on a screen in like a horror movie in like a frame or something. Like,
wow.
It's like something you would see before like The Grudge comes out of your TV. It's so whack. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Grant says that urine needs some lotion because his skin is very ashy.
This particular skin is, yeah. I like to see it as him just being made out of solid silver, but I could see the argument for ashy. This is my skin of preference besides the red one, which just makes it look like all of his skin is gone. Ooh, nice grab.
Ah. Alright. No.
Ooh, nice neck breaker.
And for the record, Ibuki's neck breaker is not a grab. It's like a fake grab.
It's like a hit grab, I think is what I call it.
Yeah, because it's not unblockable.
It's like you have to block low, and then you don't get hit by it. I see. Ooh, nice. Still though, a quick low like that is always nice to have. Like, there are characters in many fighting games I play that would kill for that. So, despite it not being a true command grab, it's still very good.
Yeah. I don't think I did that right.
Oh, dang. Also, Super 2 Ibuki is very interesting to see. I'm very much used to Super 1 Ibukis, mostly.
I kind of did it without thinking, but, oh well.
It works.
Ibuki, like Deadly, is another character who explicitly has target combo normals. And also the properties of her normals change depending on how close or far away you are from your opponent.
Isn't that every character? I feel like most characters have the close and far normals.
I find that it's especially in Ibuki, though.
I know Makoto has like
Makoto, yeah,
a variety of normal. Well, that's depending on how you're holding it most of the time. You have like forward normal for every button.
What I mean when I say that is that I find that mastering them with those three characters in particular
is very important.
It's a huge part of their strategy, because just somebody who knows this game on a deeper level better than I do had said that Ibuki games essentially.
Yeah, because like a lot of her kit, like it doesn't facilitate like really long combos or anything like that. She just like has like all of her specials are kind of each for like neutral purposes. Like, you toss them out to, like, mess with people most of the time.
Yeah, and then, some of her moves, she gets punished very badly if you don't use them correctly.
She has, like, a little bit more health than Akuma, but, like, she's similar in, like, her glass cannon status, for sure.
Yeah.
Let me give Alex a shot. I don't really play much Alex.
Let's see some comments.
Right.
Juan Gomez says for the Walt Disney versus Capcom, he would like to see Mabel from Gravity Falls and Elsa from Frozen. Good choices.
Elsa would probably be, like, a straight zoner. I cannot see her being anything else. Mabel would be, like, she'd be like Faust from Guilty Gear, where she'd just do random things.
I don't know how Mabel would work in a fighting game. I imagine it would be very unconventional, because she's a very unconventional person.
Or she'd be like a, what's her face, Roll from, like, from the Tatsunoko verse, like, actually, no, she might be a Marvel, too. The Roll, the Mega Man girl.
Well, that was a Mega Man clone, straight up.
Yeah.
Grant says that an art blogger that he follows says that this game has the best animated sprites. This game
oh my god. Watch it. Just look up Elena's idle animation if you need to see like a good example of video game sprites done amazingly. It's crazy.
This game and Mega Man, the Mega Man Zero games have my favorite sprite art and animation in any video game.
They're honestly fantastic. It's so crazy.
Yeah, I think I might know what you're talking about, but there's a lot going on with Elena because she's always dancing. Really,
It's actually insane.
and I will probably take a break in about 10 minutes.
That's understandable. Oh god.
Oh crap.
Oh,
okay.
you. I'm oh god. Dang. Should've just went for berries. Jump ins at low health. They're probably the worst idea.
Sam says if there was a Disney versus Capcom, he wants the ice cream guy from Lilo and Stitch.
The fat guy?
Sam,
Is that one thing you have?
Sam, I had to think for a second to remember that character.
That's very obscure.
Thank you for diverting my brain power.
Oh god.
Scrooge McDuck versus the ice cream guy from Lilo and Stitch.
Is that what they call it? They'd use the whole title. The ice cream guy from Lilo and Stitch would be his full name.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
Oh,
Why did I walk that low? Oh shit. Okay. My Alex is not too hot, I will admit.
Let's see. Grant says that Elena's sprite was rotoscoped from a rock music video. Which music video?
Really? That's fascinating. I would I wanted like a side by side for that. That'd be funny.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a fact I probably would not have heard anywhere else. I don't think. But that's
Yeah, if you know what rock music video, that'd be
yeah. Please, if you could drop a link, that'd be awesome. I'm curious.
that'd be very interesting.
Let's see. I'm gonna go Ken. I don't really mess with Ken very often.
I'll use Sean because I don't use Sean very often, and it'll be a student versus teacher brawl, and I get to pick. What's the stage we didn't do yet? We didn't do a reuse stage.
Yeah, we haven't. We haven't done that one. We haven't done Akuma's. There are a few we haven't done. I'm pretty sure.
I guess we could do Akuma's next round.
Oh, we got some more skins. I was going for purple, but I forgot which one it was. Like the basketball still comes in even if he gets out.
Oh, nah. Let's see. Juan Gomez says if there's Disney versus Capcom, he wants Goliath from Gargoyles and Bill Cipher. Those are good ideas.
Bill Cipher would like every character from Gravity Falls would just be Faust from Guilty Gear, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, you got full mash on that too.
Damn. Nah, too obvious. Oh.
I forgot that one was 2 hit. That's very helpful.
And that parry was deliberate, so I think I almost had you, but that didn't. I like your rematch.
Most of I'm down. Most of our like projectile parries are deliberate. The ones that are like actually in the clinch probably aren't as deliberate.
Yeah.
I just knocked the basketball out of your hand. That's all that happened. Oh my god.
Nah. Sam says the entire Disney World theme park should be a character. Sam, that would be very big. That's not practical.
That would be like one of those things from Tatsunoko where it's like the big like battery looking robots.
Like Gold Lighten.
Yeah, like those. But it's like everybody else gets a team and their whole goal is to take down Disney Castle, which I don't see Disney vibing with that very well. They don't like their licenses getting torn up and things. Which is odd that they agreed to Kingdom Hearts in that case.
Grant says the nude lady from The Rescuer should be a fighter.
I don't even know what that is. I've lost.
There's a naked lady hidden in the movie somewhere.
Just for the hell of it.
Yeah, it's
okay.
I wonder if they censor that out of other versions. I don't know if that movie's been re-released.
I feel like if they did re-release it, they would most likely censor it.
I love how we're playing Street Fighter 3 yet we're talking about those things. It's conversation's a funny thing.
Exactly, it's great. Let me see.
This is gonna be a bit of an uphill battle because Yun is very high tier. Oh, I believe we said we're gonna do Akuma next.
Yeah.
Where is Akuma?
I think I'm assuming it's towards the end. There we go. I just love the song on the stage so much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. It makes me, even though it came out before, it makes me think of Samurai Champloo.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. It's like a DNB samurai song. It's cool.
Or like something you would hear on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Which Samurai Champloo first aired on Adult Swim, so same principle really.
Oh god, I got stunned so badly. That's why you don't trade with Akuma. Not Akuma. That's why you don't trade with Hugo, ladies and gentlemen. It does not work in your favor 90% of the time. Oh god.
Grant says that in the re-release it was censored. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because Disney, they're very revisionist when they re-release their animated films. Unbelievably revisionist. Which is why animation purists get really pissed off at them. Like, I don't know the particulars, but I know that just in some of the HD versions of some of their movies, they've outright changed colors of things.
Oh my god, your Hugo demolished my gun. Good lord.
And there's a fun cameo from Poison.
Yeah, she comes back in Street Fighter 4. Pretty decent in Street Fighter 4.
Ultra Street Fighter rematch?
Yeah, I want to try that again. Oof. I need to play that a lot more carefully, I can see. Oh god.
Juan Gomez says that if Sophia the First is in a Disney vs. Capcom, he wants her to play like Ragna the Blood Edge from Blaze Blue.
Oh my god, that's
I'm having a really hard time mentally processing that one.
That's understandable. He got like super buffed in the most recent cross tag battle patch. And just like I saw some of his combos on Twitter and I'm just picturing like a kid's character doing that. It's really funny. Oh dang. Right into the grab. Oh no. This matchup is a lot harder than I was anticipating.
Yeah, well you have good damage output but bad health.
Yeah.
And I'm just a really big, tough guy.
Oh my god. I thought I was gonna get chipped out so hard there. that'd be very spooked.
Yeah, Hugo's his 720 command grab is pretty brutal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure it does like 130 your health when you're Yun.
That stands to reason, considering I'm very fragile.
Yeah.
As you can tell by the fact that I'm pretty sure Hugo is literally twice my height.
Yeah. And I would say Yun is of average height. That probably means Hugo has to be over 10 feet tall.
Yeah, wasn't he based on Andre the Giant? I feel like that was his inspiration.
Yeah, he was originally called Andre. And
No way they called him that. I
yeah,
mean,
I'm serious, and they had to change his name for legal reasons.
like how they did with Balrog being M Bison originally. Like,
yeah,
it's funny.
They later retconned it that his name is Hugo Andre to try to mitigate that.
Ooh.
But he's pretty explicitly and obviously based on Andre the Giant.
Oh yeah.
And he was a boss character from, I would say a sub-boss character from Final Fight. There's much like Poison, there's a lot of them, but they try to explain that by saying those are his brothers. I'm not sure how they explain there being multiple Poisons. Maybe it's a mind that controls several bodies.
Hugo the Hive Mind? That's new. Oh god, I should not have attacked into that. Oof. Dang. Okay, this matchup is... Ooh. Okay, I gotta play super careful.
I was thinking of changing unless you really wanted to.
That's fine, I'll change.
Let's see, Juan Gomez is saying if we had Marvel characters like Loki and Iron Man...
I mean, Disney does own Marvel, therefore Disney vs. Capcom could be in our near future.
If you could. I think what my friend by Felicia memes was going for, I think she meant more general Disney, like the cartoon, the TV cartoons and what have you. I mean, you could technically be right. It almost seems like a cheat. I feel like Disney tries to keep the Marvel stuff separate from like DuckTales and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, the fact that they're even related is basically just like a technicality. Like,
yeah, I mean, I would think for that reason. I mean, I get probably. I think that they might even try to keep the Star Wars stuff separate, but because I think Disney, for all their faults, they're very good at I think keeping they're good at brand management more than any other company, for better or worse. All right, now we're going to the fight. Inverted is Ibuki and I am Ken, and he looks very sleek in the, or she, or he is her, looking very sleek in the black ninja outfit, and I think I look pretty cool too.
Yeah, Purple Ken is easily one of the best. Oh shit. Okay.
Wow. Juan Gomez is saying, going back to Disney versus Capcom, there should be a Cinderella in it. Yeah, she seems like a no-brainer. Although I don't like how... I feel like Disney tries to have a trademark monopoly on Cinderella. I know that recently in Yu-Gi-Oh! When Konami released the Fairy Tail cards, they finally made them into real cards, guys. They changed the name of Cinderella to Prinzessin.
Prinzessin.
Which is the word princess in German, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it actually is. Okay.
Yeah, it's a real word in another language. And they did that, I would assume, for fear of pissing off Disney's lawyers. But I mean, Cinderella, I mean, it's an old story. But...
Pissing off Disney's lawyers is a very easy thing to do, though. You don't have to try very hard to annoy them.
Hopefully, they're not listening to this stream.
I don't know. Maybe Disney versus Capcom is blasphemy to them. Who knows? I mean, it would be a lot of money, so they could very well be in on it.
But it would be a cool idea. I feel like
they've done weirder. So I mean,
Kingdom Hearts is a pretty wacky idea when you think about it.
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
people love those goddamn games.
Mm-hmm. I very much used to. Now I just think they're kind of really strange that they even existed in the first place.
I've been meaning for a long time to to give the first game another go around.
I can let you borrow my copy, honestly.
Oh, okay.
My PS2's messed up, so it would be of no loss to me, basically.
Okay, well that might make for something interesting.
Kingdom Hearts is a fascinating series, just in how weird it is. So
I really feel like I'm trying to be much more open-minded about video games back before when I was like a preteen who hated everything.
We were all that once.
I still feel that those games really lost the plot after the first one.
Oh yeah, they lost the plot in the first one, but that's
Yeah. Well, but by that I mean the first game. From what I remember, I've not played it in over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it being kind of like in on the joke.
the fact that there are Disney characters involved.
The fact that this is Square cross Disney, for lack of a better word. But then later on, they got way too self-important.
They started leaning much more towards the Square side of things, I'll say.
Yeah. So it seems like a double-edged sword.
Okay, I need to remember BB stuff more if I'm gonna be fighting your Ken. Good lord, she gets blown up.
I'm gonna go get a drink and a snack, guys. I'm gonna be back in 10 minutes.
I'll probably do the same. I could use a drink.
I guess we'll just be here very casually. Be back in 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're I was thinking of continuing with Street Fighter 3 for the rest of the stream. I'm not sure about
Yeah,
it.
I'm into it. I haven't even got to like a lot of characters yet, so I'm down to keep on going. Do you want to turn the mic off while we're AFK?
Yes. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the game idle there.
Watching the
10
beautiful art
minutes.
of Ryu in the center of the screen.
Hey, it's not too bad.
No, like the art in this game actually looks very good, I will say.
Yeah, we're back. Thanks for. It looks like a lot of you guys came back,
Yeah, you guys toughed it out.
which is
I
cool.
can respect that.
Yeah, thanks. I really needed some ginger ale after all that street fighting. Guys, we're gonna keep going till 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is to say, the next 53 minutes. That'll be our cutoff point.
Yep.
And we'll just see where it takes us. We're just gonna stick with Street Fighter 3 because we're just having a lot of fun, and I don't feel like popping a discount. You need to hit something.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, you're right.
And then I picked this. What's the stage we haven't done?
Have you done France? I don't know if we have.
I don't think we've done France.
Yeah, I figured I'd help us cover all our bases by playing 12. See what this boy's like. Ooh, good parry.
Thank you. Sam says he's done. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by, Sam.
Right, catch you later.
Yeah, I might stream again on Sunday. Got a lot on your plate. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, we're gonna have to play some Melty Blood at some point. That should be fun. Gutter trash.
Yeah, that was a target combo.
Gotcha. I really like 12 as a character. It's just a shame his damage is so low. Because it feels like they just like stuck a Dark Stalker's character into a Street Fighter game, which is really cool. But
He to me feels like I was telling this to Mr. Top 10 List with Tekken. I feel like there's this weird perception that Tekken is quote unquote more realistic than Street Fighter, but I don't.
There are bears.
I don't see that at all. And
Fighting.
Tekken has this really weird science fiction undercurrent to it. And that I mean, I don't know if you pay attention to the plot of those games. Who does? But the plot is some convoluted crap involving robots and shit, for lack of a better word.
Because fighting game stories are almost always ridiculous. Christ, this one's about like the Illuminati, isn't it? Like,
It is about the Illuminati. Gil is the leader of the Illuminati.
Yep. Look,
Yeah.
you boy. I'll do some more Yun. I had fun with him.
See, I'm not good with Akuma. Let me see.
Yeah, Akuma is probably my main. And it's between him and Urian for who I think my best character is. I know you like yourself some Elena and Dudley. Those feel like your most threatening characters easily. And then your Chun's also pretty solid.
I think I'm probably better with Elena. I haven't totally mastered Dudley's combos yet. And I've been playing this game for years, so I still have stuff
This
to
game
learn.
is a very hard to master one for sure. Whoa.
Juan Gomez says in Disney vs. Capcom, Bill Cipher could be the final boss. That sounds very suiting.
Sounds incredibly appropriate.
I personally think he's a little bit too powerful to be a playable character.
You would fit as a boss character.
Yeah, but then again, in Marvel vs. Capcom, Shuma Gorath is a playable character, and if you know your Marvel comics, Shuma Gorath existing in our dimension will cause it to be destroyed. So he doesn't appear very often, and most of the time Doctor Strange has to repel him, or else he's going to cause a lot of damage.
Oh my god. Okay. Well then, I need to learn my Yun. Oof. I know Yun is like super crazy once you learn his Ganeja and stuff, but I'm not quite at that level yet.
He's very powerful. I mean, he has his dive kicks. There's
Yeah.
that.
Who haven't? I don't think I've played Chun, Remy.
I haven't played as Makoto today, so I'll play as her.
I'll go Chun. I think it's Hyoka-san. She likes using.
You get to pick the stage.
Okay.
That's fine.
There's got to be one we haven't been to.
I don't think we've done Germany or Hong Kong.
Germany or Hong Kong. Okay, yeah. I think this is the rainy one. I hope it is.
Oh wait, yeah.
anyways.
I think we. Oh well.
I like the rainy one.
It
a lot,
looks
though.
cool.
Oh yeah, the stage is so nice.
And it uses the James Bond chord progression. I forget the notes, but it's them, alright.
Dang. Yeah, this is probably the most insane Chun-Li has ever been, like in any Street Fighter game.
In the competitive community, I'm gonna say like late '90s, early 2000s, before the scene of this game kind of died for a little bit and then had a resurgence.
Mm-hmm.
Her nickname was, I didn't come up with it, was the Biatch.
That's understandable.
So she has that reputation. Juan Gomez asks, what Disney character would we like to see in a fighting game? I'm not sure.
That's a tough one.
I'm not sure how far that extends to. I don't know if this. I mean, this counts. It's a Disney franchise. I think this series totally lost the plot after the first movie, but Captain Jack from Pirates of the Caribbean would probably be a very good fighting game character.
I'm trying to think of like what I would want. It's hard.
Or if we're gonna go for the animation side, maybe Hades.
Hades.
I don't know how he would work though.
He would. There's a character in Melty Blood who I could see him being like. There's like this like vampire king character that I could see him playing a lot like.
And,
From that Melty Blood game that Sam and I play. I see him playing like Warachia, I think his name is.
I mean, if there's one I could think of a moveset for, possibly maybe Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. I'll go Oro somewhere.
That was a really bad showing with Makoto. I think I'll try her again though.
Makoto's sick. I like her a lot. I didn't used to, but after playing today, I've sort of got the rhythm with her. And I'd probably play a little bit more of her later as well, before I move on to Akuma. Ooh, nice cross up.
Ah. Oh. Thought I heard it.
Ooh, good parry.
Thank you. Okay, Juan Gomez is saying if there was a Disney princess fighting game, specifically Disney princesses,
Not the Disney versus Capcom hypothetical we've been on
just
about.
just Disney Disney princesses, because that's something from another the stream with me and Mr. Top Ten was. He said that Elsa could play like Cool Diamond. I don't know who Cool Diamond is.
Admittedly, neither do I. While my knowledge of fighting games has been somewhat increasing, I do not know who Cool Diamond is.
For some reason, my gut is telling me that sounds like an Arc System Works character.
I could very well see it.
Nah, he got me with the very good Oro combo.
That's I think the maximum like loop you can get. You can do it like 3 times. It's like tight on some characters, but easier on some others. It's a bit weird. That's like his main like bread and butter thing. We may as well round off this one. I think you beat me the first time. Actually, no. Did we even play more than one match of this? I didn't realize. Either way, it's a fun matchup. So. Dropped it.
Now Juan Gomez is saying Elsa can play like Kula. That'll be
that's from
SNK.
King of Fighters, right?
Yeah, SNK.
Okay. I don't know anything about King of Fighters, but I recognize that name somehow. That one, I think, depending on what button you press for that super, it varies the distance. So usually you want to go for the hard one. Well, I
took your advice too
wow,
literally.
Oh my god, I gave you possibly the worst advice for that particular situation, but if you're doing it to like close gaps, then definitely use the hard one.
Nah, no, it's not. I'll try to learn her moves later. I don't think I'm going with her at all.
Gotcha. I'd say her best moves are like she has like standing medium punch. She has like crouching hard punch, which is like a good sweep. She's interesting.
So, I would use Oro myself.
Oh, that's how you get to go. Let's not do that. I didn't even know he was that easily accessible. Let me see.
Where is Oro? There it is.
Oh yeah, we'll do the reversal. Pun intended, considering fighting games and all.
Yes, that was sneaky. Let's see. We didn't do Makoto stage, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think we have. It's a pretty solid one. All the Japanese stages are like really tranquil and like muted.
Yeah.
Except Makoto's music isn't. Okay.
Oh no, her song is pretty intense actually. When it goes through the various stages. I mean the various movements is what I mean. Nah. Man made it too obvious. I was trying to low parry, but man, it's too deliberate. I think I'm gonna try to give that one more go, but I don't use Oro.
Oro's very interesting. Basically, you never use light normals at all. That's one of the weird things about him. Unless you're like jabbing out or something, I guess. But it's the only reason I can justify using one.
Juan Gomez says Lord Cedric Witch. I don't know what that is.
Oh, that one's brutal. I usually see people will use 2 and 3, but 1 is a very solid Super Nora still.
I mostly see people use 2 and 3 too. I just trying to shake things up a little bit.
Understandable.
So I guess that's just an auto grab when he's near you like that.
Yeah, it's like it turns into like older Street Fighter grabs whenever you are using that one, I think. It makes him very scary to be around because that will happen to you. Okay, I'm down for a best 2 out of 3 out of that. Ooh. That was clean at the end though.
Juan Gomez says, "What do you clean a Final Fantasy X-2 coming on the Switch?" I think you mean what do we think? What do we think of that?
That might be a slang term we're unaware of. That could very well be. Hey, what do you clean about this? I could see it being a thing.
Or I have a suspicion that English is not his first language.
I could very well see that as well.
Why Final Fantasy X-2 specifically? Like, was Final Fantasy X is going to be on the Switch? I'm just not sure what the motivation would be. I'm not sure what I think of Final Fantasy X. Actually, my friend Zia got it for me, and I still haven't really gotten around to playing it.
Because they're huge time commitments is mainly the thing. They're huge like time commitments mainly.
Yeah.
Which is like they're very very long games. At least every Final Fantasy I've ever played.
Yeah, I would say any Final Fantasy at least 20 hours.
If you have any JRPG really, 20 hours is like incredibly generous.
That's the shortest I could beat the crap. That's the shortest I could beat the original Final Fantasy in.
Okay.
And that's a pretty tough game, I'd say.
Yeah, there's a reason why speedruns of JRPGs are like 4 hours. They're quite lengthy, even for speedruns.
There's one, which I think is one of the last times I saw games done quick. I'm sorry to say this, but I think games done quick. I think it got crappy in the past year or two.
That's understandable.
I'm very sorry to say that because they used to be my favorite. This one guy did Dragon Warrior, aka Dragon Quest 1. He beat it in about 90 minutes, and my jaw dropped. Because it took me about 9 hours elapsed time to beat that game when I was a kid, and he did it in 90 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'd be furious seeing like games that I've spent like so much time on just getting completely destroyed in front of me.
I wasn't furious.
Well,
I was more astonished.
Games that if they're like difficult in your childhood, I could see that being kind of annoying. But
oh. See, Juan Gomez says Maleficent be a final boss. Yeah, she'd probably be a good final boss.
You could basically just copy like the Kingdom Hearts structure of like all the bad Disney villains being not bad. That's not what I meant. But like all the Disney villains being like the villains of the game. That would make a lot of sense. Who to play? I'll hop on Akuma. It's been a while.
Juan Gomez says, I'm glad the last Final Fantasy X coming on the Switch, I can take it anywhere I go to. Coming on Final Fantasy X, about to take where I think there's a language barrier
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
here. Yeah, if Final Fantasy X is on the Switch, that's cool, and I'm up for Final Fantasy X-2 being on the Switch. That all sounds pretty neat. And for me, Final Fantasy X is the last main Final Fantasy title I really enjoyed. Did not care much for 12 or 13. And 15 just doesn't interest me at all. I don't know. What's say you, Inverted?
15 does not interest me, like, in the slightest. I can say that much.
It looks like there's way too much padding.
Oh, yeah. Like, it seems like there's not nearly enough going on. Like, I get that they're trying to be, like, open world with it, which is, like, that's fine. Like, open world has gotten a little bit of a tired thing. Like, the best, like, usage of open world stuff I've seen has been probably Breath of the Wild, as of late.
I feel bad that I haven't played that game enough.
It's quite good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oof. Dang.
I will probably get around to play it. It's just, last year got very complicated for me.
Is that
And
understandable?
the beginning of this year, too. I had some very just complicated
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, thought I could parry it. Yang is one of my brother's favorite Street Fighter characters. Yeah. If anybody knows the anime series Gundam Wing, his hair reminds me of Troy Barton from Gundam Wing. Nah, that was bad. I would have rematched it. I could do better.
That's good. Yeah, your Yang was roughing me up quite a bit for the first like match or two. So, and any excuse I have to play more Akuma, I'm happy for it. I used to just not like really care for Akuma, but now he's like my boy. I love Akuma.
Akuma is a very frustrating character for me. Me and Sam, we've had a hatred for him, and it's not like he's a bad character per se. It's that he's just kind of like in Street Fighter 2 Turbo, he's a broken character on purpose.
Oh yeah, he's perfectly fine in this game. Like he's not even like the most insane character even.
Juan Gomez asks if there's a Disney princess fighting game if we think Maleficent could be the final boss. Yeah,
Yeah, we agreed to that.
She'd be
She 100% would be.
She'd be a good final boss. I don't have much else to say beyond that. She'd be a good final boss.
Yeah.
I really like. I feel like Maleficent. I'm doing so bad. Okay, yeah, I'm not feeling Yang. I feel like Maleficent is kind of like the de Disney ultimate big bad, like the ultimate Disney final boss.
She's like the go-to for Disney villains, easy. Like
if I want to say, I'm like I guess in the same way, if we're gonna go comparatively speaking, like if for DC Comics, if Darkseid is seen as the ultimate bad guy, is kind of like the ultimate Disney villain.
yeah.
For a sick comparison. That being said, Darkseid's a lot more powerful than Maleficent.
Well, yeah. I don't even know how canonically powerful Maleficent is. She turns into a dragon, I guess, which for the fact that nobody in those movies fights is probably pretty daunting.
And this should be a more even matchup
For sure.
What's something we haven't done?
I don't know. I feel like we've done most things. We could probably afford to just do random at this point.
I think I'd like to do Ibuki still.
Ooh, I like her music a lot. It's good. Very chill.
I think this is actually from New Generation.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I could tell it wasn't quite the song I was expecting, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. All three of them are chill though.
Yeah.
And if you're new to the channel, please remember to lightly tap that like button.
As opposed to smashing it like most people would say.
Yeah, don't break your mouse.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to smash that like button. Just give it a little bit of love.
Yeah. I need to find my mouse. I haven't seen it in a few days, so it's frustrating. I'm not sure about you, but I can't stand touchpads. I think,
Oh no, they are so awful.
I think they're terrible. They're only good occasionally, like not with regular use. And the one I have on this laptop, it's only like one of it is the left click part of this side is the left click and this side is the right click. That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, because it just isn't the right sides.
Anytime anybody hijacks my laptop, they think you need to click on these sides. What this does is it brings up the bar if you do that.
Oh, that's really weird.
So, it's just, no. Don't do that.
Dang, this matchup is intense though. Heroine is good.
Thank you. Juan Gomez says for this Disney fighting game, who's gonna be the bonus boss? Cyber Jafar.
I was gonna say something Jafar, but I like Cyber Jafar. That's good.
Because in one of the Marvel vs. Capcom games, there's Cyber Akuma.
Oh, there's Cyber Akuma? That's tight.
I think it's...
I did not know that existed.
Yeah. Crap. Which
Oh, wow, that reached.
I think that might be Marvel vs. Street Fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Crap. I'm pretty sure he's the secret final boss in Marvel vs. Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
If you beat the game, no continues, I think. I think we're getting ready for a tiebreaker round then.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Cyber Jafar, that sounds cool.
Cyber Jafar.
Oh yeah, trying to out-parry each other.
Ooh. Those last hit scenarios. That's bad DP. Oh, damn. Oh, wow. I should not have pressed the button on that. I tried to go for the cheeky demon, but I was probably a little bit obvious.
I thought that was chip damage.
I feel like I went for a move out of that and it messed me up.
I'm pretty sure the Akuma move you did was unblockable, so
Yeah,
I had to
you jumped.
just dodge it.
I think I had to be close for that to actually be like hard to react to. I did it from a distance. That probably wasn't very good.
So I remember I'm pretty sure the input you would rematch. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I like this matchup. If you want to switch characters, you can go ahead. I just want to stick with Akuma for the next few games.
One last one. I remember the input for that being pretty asinine.
It's light punch, light kick. Well, light punch, forward, light kick, hard punch. I think is what it is.
So it's a bit unconventional.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean,
I mean, he made it a convention. I think Morgan has a Raging Demon in one of the
she does.
Darkstalkers games.
I think it's Darkstalkers 3, which we own here.
Yeah, we played a bit of Vampire Savior that one day, right?
I don't know if we did it live. Yeah.
It wasn't live or anything, but just in general.
Yeah, I almost forget that's the name of the game. Vampire Savior. Or also known as Darkstalkers 3: Jita's Damnation.
Oh wow.
Which that makes it sound like you're going to church.
Exactly.
Let's see. Somebody named Sean Kennedy is giving us some advice. He's telling us that we need to parry.
Yeah, no, I know. Don't worry. I understand that I need to be parrying. I'm not quite at that level yet.
I just parodied Akuma's Godoken.
Yeah.
So we did in fact parody. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm aware of how good parrying is. I'm just not well practiced enough in it.
And I'm just not good at the game in general.
I'm trying to get good, and I understand that your advice is like helpful.
No, that was very dumb. Uncle Waluigi, hello. Glad that you made it over here.
I keep on whipping those demons like horribly.
Sean Kennedy says, no problem, just being helpful.
Yeah, no, I got you. I understand a lot about this game in theory. It's just a matter of actual executing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with parrying is, which is a huge part of this game's metagame, which sounds redundant to put it like that. Parrying is a lot about understanding your opponent's character's moves and how they work, and getting a read on your opponent. So and I've been playing this game for years, but I don't pretend to be an expert. It's just it comes after a while.
Yeah, you generally just have to know exactly what they're going to be going for, and you need to know like all the hits of the move in order for you to get it. If it's anything like more than just a one hit. So naturally, it's kind of tough to adapt to doing that consistently, like in a match.
But watching people play this game on an advanced level is very fascinating, because that's when it becomes a really weird, like a mind game and a chess game at the same time.
Yeah, I watch a lot of high level Third Strike, and I find it very, very interesting, which is my whole reason for wanting to get into it.
Yeah. Uncle, yeah, it's good to see you, Uncle Waluigi. Uncle Waluigi was in Mr. Top 10 List streams.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how he found us. He's saying frick, he doesn't realize how late it was. Yeah, I don't know what time zone you're in. It's almost late over here. Some people it's late if,
It's not late for me because I work night shifts, but still.
Yeah, glad you could stop by even if it was just brief. No. Juan Gomez says 10:41. Okay, you must be on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Uncle Waluigi says, bye, I got school. School is unfortunately much more important than fighting games. I hate to be saying that.
I know. I wish it was not that way, but alas, it is.
Yeah, but yeah, unfortunately, I can't tell a minor that. It's not very responsible for me to do.
Oh dang, good charge.
Thank you.
At least was that EX flash or a charge move?
It was EX back charge kick attack.
Okay, gotcha.
I forget the name for it.
A lot of the Street Fighter moves have really convoluted names, which is why people usually refer to them by like pseudonyms.
Yeah, I don't remember people saying Hadouken like without giving it much thought until like when I was in high school.
Even then, most people call them fireballs. So.
Yeah, when I was young, because I mean I'm old enough to remember when these games were getting popular. Everybody just called them fireballs, and they didn't even know what the hell Ryu was saying. my dad, for instance, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He insists He insists that Ryu is saying azúcar, which means sugar in Spanish.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
And that's me and my brother, we just keep saying, why would somebody just yell sugar? That doesn't make any sense.
It's powered by sweetness. That's what
By
it is.
sweetness.
It's a very sugary fireball.
He's shooting balls of sugar. But I mean,
That's why he's so hyper whenever he says it.
yeah.
He's been eating too much sugar.
No, sugar doesn't make you hyper. It makes you chunky. Caffeine makes you hyper. At least supposedly. I'm not a scientist. I think caffeine is a placebo effect.
I don't know. I could very well see it being a placebo effect, but the fact that people have like headaches and shit whenever they try to like get off of it is what convinces me that it isn't.
Well, that would be withdrawal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like...
Like, if you're gonna have a withdrawal for something, that must have mean that it had, like, an effect in the first place. It must have been doing something. Oh, no. Oof.
Wow.
Trying to go for an Aegis there. Ooh, that dive move is interesting. Oh god. Oh no, bad fireball. Ooh. Okay, I got torn up.
Let's see. Juan Gomez says the family said Disney Princess Fighting Game Climax Bandai, who did Namco Band. I don't know what that means.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
That was fascinating to hear.
Juan, I can't make heads or tails of your comment.
Nor can I.
I'm very sorry. And that can't even be translated in a literal context.
It's like you flip a coin and you land on the side of it. Can't make heads or tails either.
Yeah, it's just a quarter stuck in the sidewalk. Juan, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand you, so I'm trying to get it. What's a good one? Yeah, I think we done.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we covered all our bases.
I'm gonna do Dudley's stage because it's funky and it's Q's stage by default.
Mm-hmm.
And the song gets a cool remix in Street Fighter 4.
Oh, no, that was bad. Party Chop is surprisingly good for how bad its range is. It's decent as like a reversal if somebody's close. Considering Makoto is lacking for reversals.
That seems to be the trade-off with her. Bad range, but very dangerous if you get too close to her.
Oh, I forgot about the low.
Wow. That's what I call a cross-up.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I really like Abare as a super. It's very fun. Did you want to do that match again?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes, I did. And I've actually been to London, and this is a fairly accurate rendition of London.
Are the horses as common as they would make it out to be here?
No.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. The buses are at least, right?
The buses, that looks almost authentic, I'll say that much. Yeah.
especially considering how in the past Street Fighter's renditions of places has been fairly inaccurate. Well, actually, the Russian one is pretty accurate. It's just a factory where a guy's drinking vodka forever, like infinitely.
Was that
In Street Fighter 2, I think it's Zangief stage.
Zangief stage?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally just a factory, and one guy's just drinking vodka the entirety of the match. He doesn't stop.
I don't think I've noticed that. I guess I'll have to pay attention. Yeah, we got several versions of Street Fighter 2. I think they might have censored that out in the Super Nintendo version. That's not like something
Maybe.
they would do. Wow.
Ooh, that's probably one of the best throw animations in this series. It's really good.
That's pretty brutal, yeah.
Oh no. Oh, that was bad. I'm amazed
I
that
was
did not
really
hit me.
hoping that would be a KO.
Oh, okay. That was a good throw. He has like Remy syndrome with his charge moves, where his kick ones are lows. Oh, shit.
Wow. Yeah. Let's see. Juan Gomez says, for Disney fighting games, he wants Sophia, Dipper, Mabel, Elsa, Scrooge McDuck, Donald Duck, Bill Cipher, and Elena. Is there an Elena from Disney? Or are we talking about Elena?
Yeah, just toss her in. Just toss in the Elena from Third Strike.
Just toss in Elena.
She's the newest Disney princess, Elena.
Okay, we're almost approaching 10 o'clock Central Standard Time now, so I propose we do a best 2 out of 3 with our best character.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll probably
Probably
close
Akuma
out.
Elena.
I'm actually leaning more towards Alex.
Oh, really? Okay, not bad. Your Alex was quite solid today. I will say that much.
And then, I don't know what stage you want. Or...
Let's go random, honestly. Or we could do Gil. That'd be climactic.
Oh, yeah, it would be climactic.
Oh, God. That's such a good win quote.
It sure is, damn.
Oh, God, Akuma stuns so badly. Ooh. Dang. Okay, that was clean.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe you might be aware of this. Alex was intended to for New Generation. I'm leaving this on so I can
Gotcha.
talk. For New Generation, they intended to not have any old Street Fighter characters. And
Yeah,
just
Alex is
truly
supposed to be
have
like
a
the
New
main
Generation.
character, right?
Yeah, Alex is supposed to lead off the cast, and I think. Oh, well, what? That's what? Welcome. Okay.
Oh.
I don't know what happened there. Let's try. Okay, Akuma versus Alex. So. And I think of the characters introduced in New Generation, I think he's appeared probably the least, except for maybe Remy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's in 5, I think.
I say. So that's a really weird case of irony. I mean, it's too bad because I know this game wasn't at least initially as popular as Street Fighter 2. Like I say, this is more of a cult title than a mainstream hit, but I don't know people who dislike Alex. He seems to be liked at least. I don't know if he's popular, but he doesn't seem disliked.
He's played quite frequently in Third Strike, despite him not being like the best character. People like him a lot.
I mean, that's because even with this game's tier system, like the characters don't seem bad.
Yeah, there are very few like objectively bad feeling characters, and I'd say that's mostly 12 just because of his damage. Everybody else like feels competent.
Even Sean is low tier, but I've seen people do good stuff with Sean. Oh no. That was bad. No. Awful. Oh, man. Oh, that leads us to our final round.
Yep. I wasn't about to let it end with a 2-0. I'll put up more of a fight than that.
Okay. Yeah, now we're getting into serious time.
Oh, damn.
Last hit is a grab.
Bad reversal.
No, that was awful. Oh!
Oh, shit.
Wow. I didn't even think that would go through. Oh. Oh.
GG's, those are actually very intense.
Yeah, because Akuma has very poor health.
Yeah, I know. It makes me feel. I have to be very careful whenever I'm playing with him. Is the thing.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we'll have to bow out now. This is basically almost exactly as long as I thought we'd be streaming for anyway.
Yep. Worked
So
pretty well.
with some good matches. I don't know when you'd be doing this next.
I'm honestly down whenever I'm free. I don't think I'll ever turn down Third Strike sets. They're very fun to play.
I might be free next Thursday. If I don't know what you're available.
We could try to arrange something like that. I think I'll be off next Friday, which that might not be very convenient, but
that may not work for me. I'm off next Sunday night, but I was gonna do Mega Man 8 on Sunday night.
Oh, okay.
And that is not a 2-player game.
Anyways, next time our schedules overlap favorably, we can do this again because this is a lot of fun. I enjoy playing Third Strike a lot.
Yeah, I guess I'll leave it out there. So yes, stay tuned for Sunday, I guess 7:30 CST, and then I'm gonna try and have something out for Halloween at the very least. I don't think I'm gonna do my usual 2 videos, but I'm gonna try to get at least one thing out.
Yeah, but that was fun. See you guys later.
Yeah.